100 things that disappear first. So you should start on a list of lists. Start with your water list. What do I need? What do I have? Where am I deficient in that? Because in the event of an emergency or a disaster, you really don't want to be going out and trying to buy these things. What you want to be going to the store and buying is the things that other people don't buy. Right? Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, you have a question?
Oh, well, go ahead and finish it.
I am in the process of making a list that's going to sit on the back of my door that if we have, with an envelope with like 50, 100 bucks, and we have to run to the store and buy stuff, this is the stuff you're going to buy. The stuff I'm going to buy is not tuna and those kind of things. I have all that. I'm not going to buy rice. Got that. I'm not going to be buying bread. I can make that. I'm going to be buying the things that don't store long term, like Crisco, olive oil, mayonnaise, those kinds of things. Those are the things that don't store for long term. Those are on my list of things if we had to go to the store to get. Those are not the kind of things that other people are going to be buying. They're not going to be buying olive oil. The shore is going to be cleared out of bread, cleared out of milk. I'm not buying milk either. Cleared out of ice. I don't need that. Cleared out of canned chili. I'm not going to buy that. I'm going to be going where everybody else isn't going. I'm going to be getting olive oil and things like that.
Okay. You talked about rainwater before.
Uh-huh.
I've gone online and looked for rain barrels, and they're expensive. So do you have a source for them already made up?
Well, a rain barrel is nothing more than a 55-gallon barrel, and then you can make or buy. There's places where you can buy fancy downspouts that divert and all those kind of stuff. Or if you just go to YouTube.
Yeah.
And type in water barrels, and there is at least 25 different videos on there of rain barrels, not water barrels, rain barrels, lots of them, and I've watched all of them, probably twice, on how to make rain barrels. Now, because we live in California, because it's smoggy here, you're probably not going to be drinking that water, but every ounce of water you have for other purposes is 1 ounce that you can drink.
Okay.
You know, so you can purify rainwater. You can take rainwater, catch it, filter it, and then probably drink it, depending upon how. I would let it rain for I don't know 10 to 15 minutes, clear off my roof and everything else before I did. But even if you didn't, all of that water that comes out, you can wash the dishes with it. You can purify it, put some bleach in it. You can wash the dishes, wash your clothes, flush your toilet, clean your body, all of that kind of stuff. And save every other drop you have for drinking. So, and it is remarkable. I watched one of the YouTube videos of how much water comes off of a roof and how much you can store how quickly. I mean, a lot, really fast. And so, I live in an apartment complex, and so I can't put anything permanent. But I was back when it was raining back in January, I was trying to figure out a way that I could catch water running off the roof and divert it, and I've come up with a way to do that. And I have the tools sitting around. I haven't put the whole thing together yet. I'm in the process of doing that. So I can catch water that comes off I have a barrel sitting close enough that I can do that too, so just for that purpose.
I have several different places. Our roof, we have an addition, so there's a lot of different places that I could have a barrel. If
you have nothing more than a bunch of 5-gallon buckets,
yeah.
It rains, you just go sit them out there and start catching water, and then do something with it. If you don't have the 5-gallon buckets, you need to have some trash cans. Get a couple of clean trash cans and have them set to the side. That's their only purpose, is that if it rains, I'm going to go catch water that's coming off of my roof. You don't have to come up with some elaborate built-in system. If you have something that goes, okay, if it rains, I'm going to take this part of the downspout off and shove this trash can under there and catch the water that comes out. If nothing else, then you have 30, 40 gallons of water to do with what you need. I think we live in perilous times. I often think about the Ike that came in and completely wiped out Galveston, and how many lives were saved because we cleared off that island and we saw it in advance. In the 1890s, there was another one that came and cleared out, a hurricane that cleared out and completely wiped out Galveston, killed 6,000 people. Almost every person that lived on that island died because there was no advanced warning system. The guy who was the meteorologist who lived there had a portent that something was going to happen, but couldn't really prove it. It was the days when, you know, you had maybe a few hours. We now have radars and satellites, and you know, we know in hurricanes, you know, the tracking thing, we know days in advance of something's going to happen. We live in times where I think the radar is going off. What's going on, the shenanigans that's going on with Wall Street, the other problems that we've had, kind of, it seems to me like the writing is on the wall. I'm with President Hinckley. I did not portend any huge major calamity that's going to beset us. I'm not making predictions. All I'm saying is you cannot sit here and not have some sense that things are not exactly what they should be, and we need to have some kind of preparations for that. And I'm praying that nothing happens and that I'm wrong. I would never like to be more wrong. But I'm preparing for the worst, but hoping for the best.
I really like the evacuation one.
How come?
It just made me, I didn't realize how hard it could be to get away, and it just made me realize that you just really have to be prepared or know what you're doing or where you're going.
Communications.
What did you learn during that one?
That not all cell phones are going to work. You got to stick with that landline, and also text messaging is going to work better than if you're going to attempt a cell phone call.
Water storage. I found out that different ways to store water. I can use my, not necessarily the milk containers, but the soda containers, plastic bottles. I can use those and easily store the water, and I don't have to put chlorine in it.
There's so much that we can learn just by being here.
And what would you say to those people who haven't come?
Well, I've looked at your website prices, so I know that what we're getting here is a heck of a good value. So, you know what, this is a great evening. You come, you spend 45 minutes to an hour. You get usually a good handout, something to take home, something to work on, like an assignment, so that you're progressing along.
I feel like I'm doing a lot, but you bring to my mind a lot more things, a lot of things that I'm not focused on, that they should come.
Why?
Because it's very important. I mean, there's so much information that we're getting that, you know, what, 6 of us are going to help our whole stake, you know? That's what concerns me.